All right, well, welcome everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. We may have a few people still joining us, and so they'll let them in, but we are going to get kicked off here with our president, which it's an honor that he's on the call. So Andy Feinstein, did you want to say anything to our group?
Thanks, Coach. I'm just happy to be here. Looking forward to another incredible season. So much fun to watch the team last year and their success, both on and off the court. I'm a little sad in the Hawaii trip that we lost, but I was rooting for us the whole time. That was just a great season last year, and looking forward to more excitement this year. It's certainly been a busy spring semester here at UNC and all across the nation with the pandemic and its impact on the university. I'm confident that we're going to be back in classes in the fall in person. And as I'm sure Coach is going to talk about, our players are actually out there they're getting ready. They're starting to work out in groups of 25 outside, and they're actually in the weight room at 10 folks at a time as well. So that's really good, exciting news. We have some challenges we're working through, like many universities in the country. But I know that we're a resilient university, and we'll make it through this, particularly with a lot of your help and support. And we've got a lot of wonderful people on the call as well. So glad to be here. I'm looking for another one of those championship balls next year to be in my my trophy room, and looking forward to seeing all of our student athletes very soon.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for being on the call. And Darren Dunn, our athletic director, is also on the call. Darren, did you want to say anything to the group?
I just want to thank everyone for being a part of this and congratulate our team on such a great year. It was so exciting. I know it was a lot of hard work behind that, and just super proud of you and how you represented UNC all season. But I'm more excited about this coming year and the things that are going to happen for you all once we get going again in August. Thank you.
Yes. And the most exciting news, June 15th, this is a big day all around. So June 15th meant we started recruiting today, the 2022 class, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And it also meant that we were allowed back on campus to get in the weight room. So we had to follow some precautions, and they're in two groups instead of a big group of 17. We also have our incoming freshmen here. All but one of them is here. So we are getting the group together for the first time, and that happened this morning at 7:30 a.m. So Taylor Muff is on the call, and she's going to tell us how workouts went this morning for the first time for the first time ever with this group, with our 2020 group.
Yeah, workouts this morning were really good. They definitely look a lot different. We have to wear masks completely the whole time we're in the weight room. So half of us will be outside doing plyometrics, and then the other half is inside finishing out our lift. When we check in, we have to go in as our two separate groups, and then we take our temperature, and we have to go in specific doors, out specific doors. We actually got new masks today from Kyle. I don't know who made them, but they're really cool. So we get to wear these now. And then, yeah, we're just really lucky that all of these people involved are just really pushing for us to have a season and keeping us safe and doing all these precautionary things. We're very blessed to have people willing to take all these precautions, all these crazy measures that are going on just to be able to have a chance at a season.
Yes, very true. But it is good to get back, even though we have to wear masks and go in and out certain doors. We will take all of that just to get in the weight room and actually lift some weight. Everything's been body weight, I think, for most of them for the last 3 months at their houses, or finding whatever milk jugs or whatever they could come up with. And so putting a barbell was probably a great feeling today on their back. And so, like I said, 16 out of 17 of our players are here right now. And so we have one incoming freshman that'll join us in July. But we'll kind of talk through a little bit more of that as we go about our incoming freshmen. So let's keep rolling here. Let's do a little recap. We'll kind of take a step backwards and talk about our 2019-2020 season. If we go back to our spring, and most of you guys probably don't know what we do in the spring and what that looks like. We're allowed 4 scrimmages, so we didn't get to have any of those 4 scrimmages. They were all scheduled in April. We were going to play at Nebraska. We were going to play Iowa State, Creighton, CSU, CU. So we had a loaded spring schedule. And obviously all those were canceled. We also missed 18 practices. We did have 12 team practices. So about a third of our spring is what we were able to fit in before spring break. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. This spring, as our team was mostly online, we had a 3.64 GPA, which is outstanding, especially considering that they're on their own at home trying to make that work without the same resources that we are able to normally give them with our academic center. But our staff from the academic center for athletes did an outstanding job, and our girls are self-motivated. So 364 is something that we've been sharing from the rooftops with recruits and everybody else. So the other thing that happened this spring is that we got our championship ring. So I have a picture there in the bottom right corner of the ring. It's huge. You can't even tell from the picture, but that's what the girls chose. They got to pick what they wanted, but it's a cool way to celebrate our regular season and our tournament championship. So it has our record on there, and then their name and number, and then that's the front of the ring that you're looking at right there. So we're going to show a video, kind of a highlight video from our 2019 season that Kendra Cunningham put together. She's our director of ops. But before we do that little video, Taylor Els is on the call, our lone senior from this last year that has graduated now. And so we're going to let her share with you guys what she's up to and any maybe of her best memories or any last thoughts from being a Bear.
All right. So I graduated this spring with my bachelor's in exercise science and a minor in nutrition. And I spent the spring doing an internship with Lyndsey and with Kendra. They were super helpful for me. And with that internship, I was able to get a GA spot with Michigan State volleyball. So I'm here now helping out them. It's a big day for us. We're contacting recruits and everything, like Lyndsey was saying, with the 2022 class. And yeah, honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better senior year. It was incredible. We completely annihilated our conference and then got to go to Hawaii, of all places, to play in the NCAA tournament. So it was really, really special year that I'll never forget for sure.
So, and what makes Michigan State a good fit for you right now?
Well, my father is also here coaching football. So free rent is nice. And the coaching staff is actually very, they're very similar to me, kind of like just go-getter, straightforward. So it's been awesome working with them. They've been super welcoming and everything. So it's been great so far. And they're a great program. So excited to learn.
Very cool. Well, we will obviously miss Taylor Els. She's been a fun one for you guys to watch as well. The liberos always are, and she was a fearless one that was flying all over the court. And so we will miss her. This will be a little, I guess, maybe remembrance of our 2019 season. Well, I'm not sure what happened there with our video. We will keep rolling. Did you guys get to see any of it? I'm not sure what happened, but we will keep rolling. If I can get it later, I will do that. I apologize. Let's talk about our 2020 incoming class. So these 4 are the ones who just joined us this summer, and 3 of the 4 are here. So Bronwyn Temperley, I'll start with her. She is coming from Minnesota, the same club as Maddie Bremer. And so Northern Lights is one of the best clubs in the country. So we're excited to have her. Kennedy Schecker from Nebraska. Our last 2 liberos have been from Nebraska, so they are known for some great defensive play. And so we're excited about Kennedy as well. We decided we needed 2 defensive players to replace Taylor Els, 2 for 1. Sid Cole is a setter coming in this year from Cherokee Tree High School. So we're excited that she's at Colorado. Our last 2 recruits are Colorado girls. She was one of those that when we were recruiting her, she said, I want to stay in state and I want to be a teacher. So we had an easy time getting Sid Cole to be a Bear. And she's going to be one of the best, I think, to ever play here. She's very good. Those were the exact words from Kelly Arnold, too, for those of you who saw her play during her time here. And then Lauren Strain, another Colorado one from Thornton, Colorado. She was on PE's club team. So that was kind of our connection to Lauren. So when we hired PE as an assistant coach last summer, we also got a top-notch recruit that came along with him. So bonus from that deal. So we're pumped about these 4. It'll bring our roster to 17, which is the biggest we've had in quite some time. But I think they were the right fit and all the positions that we needed. So we're really excited about these 4 incoming freshmen. Let's keep rolling here. Kind of switching gears a little bit. So if this had been a non-pandemic year, we would be in Greece right now as we speak, which is kind of a bummer to say. But obviously we had to cancel our Greece and Italy trip. And we've postponed it, not canceled, postponed it to next summer. So we'll go similar dates, somewhere early June, summer of 2021. And so we will be adding that freshman class. They will have completed their freshman year, so they will go with us. Our next incoming class, kids that we're still recruiting and we haven't even finalized yet, our 2021 class will get to go with us because they will be incoming freshmen. And of course, we've invited our seniors that missed out on this trip, even though they will be done and have graduated in May, that they can still go with us. So that did up the travel party a little bit, but well worth it. And so our fundraising goal there, 134, we have fundraised 122,000 over the last 4 years. And so our goal now is $12,000. And we so appreciate all of you guys who have donated to this trip and to our Bear Attackers Club just in general. That is a huge reason why we're successful. The extra benefit that we get from camps and from our SIG account really make it feasible to be at the top of the conference and be pushing to be a top 50 program in the country. And we wouldn't be able to do that without donor support. So we appreciate that. Some of the things that we've done with our donor support is what I'm showing you there in the pictures. So our locker room, the graphics were updated within the last year where it says our core values there. You can, probably the only one you can read is compete, but it has them written across the top. And the trophies on the right-hand side is another picture in our locker room with that graphic behind it. So those are both pictures of our locker room upgrades in the last year. As I mentioned, our foreign trip was a big piece of where those fundraised dollars went in the last year. Each of our players has an iPad that we watch film on. We do scouting through that. They can use the iPad however they want, but that's been through fundraised dollars. And then our challenge review system is through fundraised dollars. So those of you that have been to matches that, you know, we wait for that long pause when it's a call and the coach throws up the green card. That challenge review system, CRS, is a big part of that. And it's not cheap, but hopefully it is well worth it. I can attest that for one match, for sure, 2 years ago, it changed the outcome that maybe would have been a loss, and it went in our favor because of the challenge review system. So we so appreciate donors, family members that have supported our program, all of those. So just wanted to kind of give a shout out there. And if you're interested in joining, I think one of the cool, unique things that we do for our Bear Attackers program is that we do a meal before every match. So this coming fall, our matches will be at 6:30 p.m. So at 5:45, you can come into the Champions Room for a free meal, get a meal and a show for any donation to our Bear Attackers. So you're gonna end up making money off of that deal, but we really want attendance first. We just want the camaraderie that comes with Bear Attackers, and it's more fun when you know what's going on with the game. And so at those dinners, you'll get kind of a scouting report of that night's match, and it's always more fun when you have the inside scoop going into the match. So if you have more questions about it, you can reach out to me directly, or our website is there for our Bear Attackers. But again, thank you for those of you that have donated. So going into that, mentioning our 2020 schedule, we are so pumped about this schedule. So we just hope and are crossing our fingers that we are able to play out a normal schedule, because for non-conference, we've never had this tough of a schedule or this loaded of big names of a schedule at UNC. And so, like I said, we are just crossing our fingers that we get a normal fall. I know everybody is, it's not just us, but we'll have 17 home matches plus a scrimmage. We won't have technically an alumni match this year. An inter-squad scrimmage is kind of what we replaced that with, that will be open to the public. So 6 of those 17 will be non-conference matches, and we have the SEC, Big 12, Pac-12, and Mountain West, which is CSU and Wyoming, represented for those 6 matches. And this was the best part, that from Big Sky, we changed the schedule, the conference changed the schedule so that it's more of a back-to-back schedule. So as we play at Idaho State, we will play them on a Friday night. We'll turn around and play Idaho State again on Saturday night. Within a 24-hour period, you're going to be playing the same team. So we're playing 8 opponents of the 10. There will be 2 opponents that we don't see at all this year, which is Montana and Southern Utah. 4 opponents will play at their place, and 4 opponents will come to UNC. So the 4 opponents that you guys will get to see in Greeley, obviously from last year, we finished number 1. It'll be number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5 that all will be on our home court. So we can't ask for a better home schedule. I'm not sure what strings Darren pulled to rig that, but it was, yeah, we couldn't ask for a better schedule. So we get all of those top teams at home. So I'm going to show you a little video right here of our schedule that we released on social media. Hopefully this works better than the last one. And saving the best for last is that we get to host the conference tournament in Greeley. It'll be Thanksgiving week. They have changed the dates to before Thanksgiving. So it'll be that Tuesday and Wednesday of Thanksgiving week. So Daisy Schultz is on the call, and she's going to talk to you guys a little bit about our schedule and what she's most looking forward to.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm most excited definitely for our preseason this year. It's super exciting, and it's really cool that we were able to pull all of these really big teams. So I think that all of us are really looking forward to playing those big matches, especially Ole Miss and UNC or USC, like being able to open with those. We're pretty pumped. I think with our the way Big Sky looks, playing back to back, it's going to be a fun new experience for us as well, just because it's going to look different in how we're scouting teams and playing them the night before, and just being able to be resilient and come back the next night and try and do it 2 times in a row. I think it's going to attest to how good our team is, and we'll be able to capitalize on a lot of things that we've been working on. So we're excited for that. And obviously the best part is being able to have our championship at home. That's something that we worked really hard for last year, so we could have it this year. So we're really excited that it's worked out for us, especially with all of the virus and everything going on. So we're able to host next year. We're excited and looking forward to it.
Sounds good. Yes. Hopefully we will kick off with Ole Miss being our home opener. Practices, if everything stays true, will start August 10th. So that's when we will start official practices, because I guess I should clarify, as the team started today, June 15th, as coaches, we're not allowed to be with them. That's only our strength coach that is working with them. We're not having practices until August 10th. So that's when we're getting excited. Last thing, switching gears just one more time, is our summer camps. So because recruiting changed this year, we are not allowed to have any contact with high school age, prospect age kids through July 31st. And so our July camps that we typically host had to have a little bit of an adjustment. The other piece of that is that the university is closed through July 31st. So we can't be having camps in Butler Hancock Gym with the university closed. So we will keep the same dates, and we will be at Norco's volleyball facility July 13th through the 18th doing one-day clinics. As I mentioned, no high schoolers, so that's only 3rd through 8th graders. When the gym opens back up in August 1st and 2nd, we will have a shortened version of our team camp, which is typically huge, 180 teams. We'll have to condense that significantly based on our gym space, but we will still have a team camp. And then August 3rd through the 5th will be our individual camp, a 3-day camp on campus. So just a day camp, no dorms, no dining, but able to get some volleyball. And that's important to connect with our campers. And so on our website is all of those details and more information, but if you have any specific questions too, you can reach out to me directly. So we're just excited to get back in the gym and have some camps, and hopefully everything will continue to get better so that we can have these new dates as planned. That is about all I have. If you guys had questions or have questions, you can type them in the chat box, and Jenny can help me out with those questions as they come in about anything that we talked about, from our team reporting today to recruiting opening today with the 2022 class, about our incoming freshmen, our schedule, our foreign trip. If you have any questions, just type them in the chat box there. But that is about all that we have. So we really, really appreciate you guys attending. Hopefully it's been worth your time. I apologize about that video. And so maybe we can send that out to you as we do the recording. We will link that video so that you can remember the 2019 season, because it's a cool video that Kendra put together. So Jenny or Lyndsey, do we have any questions that I should answer?
Lyndsey, can you talk a little bit about season tickets, what that might look like for this fall?
Yes, absolutely. So those should go out very soon, maybe in the next week. We don't know exactly what capacity is going to look like in Butler Hancock yet. Still waiting for new regulations all the time. And so right now, I think the thought is about 25%. Butler Hancock seats around 3,000. So we're still looking at a good crowd in Butler Hancock. That shouldn't really limit us too much. There will have to be, it's going to look different. Some masks, some sanitizing, some spacing, all those things that we're doing everywhere in the country, and that we need to do to keep safe. But I don't think we're going to have to turn fans away a whole lot. And season ticket renewals should be going out very soon.
Coach, Mike Snyder would like your thoughts on the conference format, playing the same team Friday and Saturday back-to-back.
That is going to be an interesting one. I think it favors a team like us that has an older roster, because it's going to take a lot of resilience to play the same team within 24 hours. And if you've won on Friday night, to not overlook them on Saturday night. If you didn't win Friday night, to turn around and bounce back on Saturday night. I think it's going to play out with a couple key factors. I think teams are going to need to have depth. You can't show the same lineup and the same exact thing from the night before. And so we will have that kind of depth with 17 players and a veteran roster to use different lineups and try some different things. I think it's going to come down to a lot of scouting, and hopefully we are well prepared with that. Our staff is a veteran staff. PE and John, I know, will have our team prepped to make adjustments the second night, to show some different things kind of that you would save from the first night. So it's going to be fun. It'll be a little bit more of a cat and mouse game, and that we see. And then I think conditioning will be a big factor. We've been used to playing back-to-back. Most of the time on the road, we play Friday night, Saturday night, if the opponents will let us do that. At home, we've usually played Thursday, Saturday, but our team has preferred playing back-to-back because they're fit and they're able to do that. So all those things I just mentioned are strengths for our team. So I think the format fits well with the team that we're bringing back. And I'm excited to try a different format. It will be just a 1-year schedule as of now. That is the plan, that it's just a 1-year schedule. Then it would go back to the normal format in 2021. Is there any other questions?
I don't see any, but maybe Taylor or Daisy, either Taylor, I guess, talk about your kind of your spring. How did that look? How did you adjust? I mean, it has to be quite a change for you all. How did you hold yourselves accountable? Maybe just a little bit of insight about that.
It was kind of a shock to have our spring ended like so abruptly. We were really not prepared for that at all, and we were working really hard in the spring for sure. And spring is such like a time of growth for us, especially for like a freshman class coming in. That's like the best time that people are improving, people are learning new skills, people are improving on the skills that they formerly had. So like the end of that was kind of just hard for all of us to kind of figure out and deal with. But after like being home for probably 2 weeks, we decided like this is a time that we can really separate ourselves from other teams, like either in the nation or just our conference. So we would check in with each other, like make sure we were all doing workouts, make sure we were doing the right stuff. We have a Snapchat group. I'm sure you guys all know what Snapchat is. And we would just do like a sweat check. So whenever you started sweating, you would send a picture in the chat, and that kind of helped keep us accountable in that sense, which was good.
And our spring, so being able to like have weekly going over everyone pretty
Daisy, do you want to say that again? You cut out, I think. Oh, she's frozen.
Looks like they might be frozen.
Oh wait, okay, I hear you now. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Did we get cut off?
Yeah, we didn't hear Daisy.
Oh, can you hear me now though? I just said we also read a book during the spring. And we had those weekly meetings with our coaches. So that also helped us stay checked in and accountable throughout that time that we were supposed to be practicing and playing. So it was like to meet a team and have that book kind of to keep us together through that time.
And Taylor Els, what about you? How was graduating amidst COVID?
Honestly, it wasn't that much different because I only had one class. So the biggest thing was not being able to come in and like help out with UNC practices, and we all coach club too. So we know we're all sad about those seasons ending too. But yeah, I was just very grateful selfishly that our fall season got over before all this craziness hit, because that would have been horrible to make it to qualify for Hawaii and then not be able to go. So very grateful for that.
There's a question, what was the book that you all read this spring?
It was called What Drives Winning, and it was just another version of the book, like for a team to read together. And it was just about different experiences with professional teams or even college teams, and just things that they went through. It was good. We learned a lot.
Cool. Thank you all. Lyndsey, there is a question, I believe, for you. Were there any transfers who came in during the school year?
Yes, good prompting, because I completely forgot, and it's kind of a big deal. So Rachel Hickman transferred in January. She is coming to us from the University of Kansas. She's also from Lawrence, Kansas, so she was going to school in her hometown. She is a 6'4" lefty, so that kind of speaks for itself, but just felt like she needed a different experience. And as we went through the process with her, felt like we could be a good fit for her. So you know, she got about 2 months and then went back home to Lawrence, Kansas. So it was not good timing in terms of that. That was kind of a bummer for her and for our team to get to know her and just gel with her. But she's going to be a great addition, and we're excited that she's back this summer and able to kind of get her in the mix. So she still has 3 years of eligibility. She just finished her freshman year at Kansas. Any other questions? You guys can put them there in the chat box if you do. Looks like we don't. Well, I appreciate your time. I know our players do as well, our whole program. On behalf of our staff, appreciate you guys getting on the call and hearing the announcements and what we've got going on, because it's been a while since we've seen you all. So there were a lot of updates, and so we will keep you updated with our newsletters, and hopefully see you August 28th as we kick off our fall season against Ole Miss. So if there's anything, feel free to reach out to me directly. Otherwise, we will see you guys in August. Thanks again.